It's another great day to be alive at the same time as Taylor Swift. Hello, everybody. I am so excited today to be talking all about something no one asked for. Which is the fact that I officially signed on to management, which is not only scary, but one of like the biggest decisions I've made for my business so far, which is really exciting. So let's get ready. I have a couple of new makeup products to use while we're doing this, and I figured we could just have sort of like a chatty day together. It is a Wednesday, and unfortunately I'm not wearing pink, but I am planning on filming a video for this trend right now that's going on where it's like, emergency, emergency, dun, dun, da, 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 and everybody like shows their outfits. So I think it'll be cute and fun, and that's on my agenda for today. I'm headed to Palm Springs next week, and I'm just trying to do like as much kind of like pre-work as I can before I leave, because I'm attempting to take vacation-ish. Like, my problem is I'm such a workaholic that every time I take a trip, which I know is like quite often, a lot of them have ties to work, and my problem is like then I don't actually end up taking any time off. So I'm gonna do my best. One of them is a gifted stay with a really cool hotel that I had attempted to stay at during Coachella, but it just didn't work out. So I'm excited to be heading there and very grateful that they invited me to stay for free, which will be really fun. So the main thing I wanted to talk about for today's video is that I officially signed on to management. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is something that I have been sitting on for years, and I don't mean sitting on like as in I've been signed for years, and I'm just telling you guys it's something that I have been contemplating for seriously so long. And the reason why I resisted it for this entire time is I felt like I have done a pretty amazing job, not to toot my own horn, toot toot, up till this point managing myself. And if you're new or like just not totally in this world of sort of being an influencer, there are a lot of nuances when it comes to the behind the scenes, like pitching, negotiating, creating a media kit, developing brand relationships. You know, constantly relationship building is huge because, for example, I go to New York Fashion Week every September, and, you know, I have to establish relationships for that. And while I'm there, you know, it's a business trip, so the entire time I'm networking, trying to get to know people, but while I'm also planning this whole trip, then I'm simultaneously trying to pitch myself for opportunities, book showrooms, try to get dressed by brands for events, and it's incredibly difficult to manage all of that. Manage my marketing agency, which if you're new to my channel, hi, I also own a marketing agency, and that's how I became a content creator. I have all these different things, and I realized that it basically came to a point where the sirens were going off in my head that in order to grow, I needed to continue to further delegate. And no matter what you do, honestly, like I don't care if you work a 9 to 5, I don't care if you work whatever you do in life, obviously not everyone's a content creator, delegation has honestly been the most game-changing thing for me in terms of sort of like allowing myself to grow as not only a person, but also as like a businesswoman. I am such a control freak. I think you guys are aware, like I am literally the most type A human on planet Earth. I really struggle giving up any semblance of control when it comes to anything. And that's been a big growing pain for me when it comes to being self-employed, is realizing that I simply cannot do it all. While I have done an amazing job, I think, up to this point, you know, getting myself brand deals, self-sustaining, you know, this job, I was ready to sort of start elevating what that looked like. And for me, you know, I have worked with some really incredible brands, right? Like Kate Spade is one of the brands that I absolutely love and cherish, and I'm so grateful to have booked several deals with them on my own. You know, I've attended massive New York Fashion Week shows such as Alice and Olivia, Puma, obviously Kate Spade, and partnered with hundreds and hundreds of brands. But I think I was getting to a point where I felt like I was no longer able to negotiate deals that felt just for the amount of engagement that I have, the amount of work that I put into my page and my following. I think when you eliminate yourself from the conversation of booking a deal, brands have a bit more leniency. For example, now, and I'll explain to you what it looks like for me being signed to management. Hello, I cannot get this open. My fingers are so slippery. Maybe this is not the blush that I will be wearing today. What that looks like now is let's say a brand reaches out and they want to work with me, that let's say Target, we're gonna put that out there. Target wants to work with me. Now what I'll do is I will immediately forward or copy my manager, Amanda, who I'm so excited to be working with. Shout out Amanda. And Amanda will then take over the conversation. I think that when, let's say Amanda pitches me for $5,000 to Target to do 3 videos or something. When I pitch myself to do $5,000, the brand is a lot less likely to, this is not every case, but I find the brand is a lot less likely to bite. But when a manager or a third party provide that value externally versus me kind of sitting there saying like, here's why I think I'm great, and someone else can speak on my behalf, I think not only it kind of elevates me and the way a brand views me, but also hopefully allows me to kind of get viewed at through a different lens, which is sort of my goal, right? Like, I think if I'm being completely honest with myself, up until this point, I have been taking on a lot of smaller deals, a lot of things like UGC work, which of course I absolutely love doing, but I also think it's a little bit limiting in the sense that I have limited capacity when it comes to how much I can take on, and I would rather be focusing on quality over quantity when it comes to brand deals. So that's sort of like my main focus. By the way, we're going in with these new Ilia. They have a new like creamy bronzer and highlighter. I kind of tried it on my face when I first got it, but what's perplexing me is this brush. It just doesn't feel right for the product, but I guess I should have done this before I did my blush. Oh well. So anywho, that's kind of where I'm at, and I transparently get reached out to quite frequently by agencies to explore management, and I had spoken to countless agencies and I just wasn't super jazzed about what they were able to offer me. And what I really liked about the agency that I did end up signing on to is that I think they had the perfect storm when it came to the talent that they already represented felt very aligned for me. The brand relationships that they already had felt very aligned for me. And more importantly, the manager is the most important component of it all. I just felt so aligned with Amanda, my manager. Nothing will really change in terms of like what you guys are viewing, except for hopefully like some more elevated, amazing brand deals and stuff. But I think delegating this giant portion of my business will hopefully free up more time for me to do stuff like this. You know, I think I have been living in sort of like a scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset, is that what I'm looking to say? I've been living, yeah, I guess so. This is my base, by the way. I think I'm gonna top it off with the new Rare Beauty setting powder. By the time this video comes out, it should be available at Sephora. They sent over the powders, and then the little powder puff comes in this cute little case. Kind of unnecessary, but very cute. I'm kind of picky when it comes to powders because I just feel like something about my birthmark, like powders kind of sit weird on my face sometimes. And I really like how this one sits. I have been in sort of this season where you guys know I have my marketing agency, and full transparency, I've talked about this a lot before. I keep my marketing clients that I do have because influencer money and basically anything influencer is extremely up and down roller coaster. You know, yes, I have an incredible loyal audience, but the reality is like affiliate linking and money is not something that I can live off of. Like it's like extra a couple $100 here or there when you know, people happen to buy stuff, which is amazing. And that would be for like an entire month or 2 months. And then, you know, brand deals, a lot can go wrong. A lot, you know, one of my friends, a company they owed her like $10,000 and then they went bankrupt and she never saw that money. So there's just a lot of variables. And so I've kept my marketing agency not only to keep myself like fresh when it comes to what's going on in the industry, but also just to make sure I have like steady income coming in on the first of the month. I think my goal is if I can get more consistent with, you know, my blog, hopefully putting ads onto my website, to generate some money from my blog, get more consistent with YouTube, you know, hopefully build up some AdSense money there, you know, kind of just focus more on dialing into the monetization aspects of my influencer business. Because right now I have a lot of stuff that doesn't necessarily make me money, right? Like I have my incredible Swifty School podcast, but I don't monetize that. And there's reasons for that. I think I'm just trying to be more strategic in that sense so that I can hopefully move away from kind of stretching myself between these two worlds and just focus solely on this one. Hiring someone has been incredible, and my assistant Sarah is life-changing in so many different ways and has allowed me the freedom to build up you know, the amount of content that I'm putting out there, such as, you know, growing on Instagram the past year, I completely chalk up to her being on my team and helping me, because I genuinely feel like delegating stuff to her has allowed me the brain space to actually be creative, which is massively important, obviously. By the way, how cute is this cup? I am obsessed. I love a good cup. I think that we're all aware. I actually thought about for my next video doing a cup tour and like Stanley Cup accessories tour. Going in with the Tower 28 one-liner Fill Me In is the shade I'm using. And, oh, by the way, I just did my nails. It's from Celebritips. Hello, there we go. Very cute, right? I like this color because it's like kind of like a Your Lips but better. Hiring Sarah has opened my eyes because it allows me not only to like be able to actually take time off and like go on vacation and have someone who's helping me behind the scenes, but also allows me to kind of just be more creative when my brain has more space to actually think and function, which is amazing. So that's kind of where I'm at business-wise. This lipstick's really fun. Ready? Whee! This is like the Lancome Emma Chamberlain collaboration. I have thoughts on that collaboration. I'm like, does Emma Chamberlain really wear Lancome every day? That would be surprising, honestly. Speaking of surprising, I'm all over the place. You know what was wildly surprising to me? Is the fact that Limited 2, which if you guys are like anywhere near as old as I am, Limited 2 did like a reboot, which was like a super popular brand for like my generation in the early 2000s. Sorry, I can't see, please hold. They did a reboot, and so dumb of them, they only came out with teen sizing. And then on top of that, they launched only at Kohl's. This was truly the fumble of the century. Truly, honestly and truly. I'm a little shook by that decision making. Why wouldn't they come out with clothes that are for their actual demographic, which is people that are late 20s, early 30s, who actually wore their clothes 20 years ago, instead of teenagers who have no idea who they are? That's my rant of the afternoon. Base is done. Let's go ahead and just finish off with the eyes. I kind of like do the same makeup routine, honestly, pretty much every day. If I really feel like switching things up, then I will throw on some like sparkles, or I'll do like sparkles on my lids from ColourPop, or I'll do like little diamonds on the edges if I'm like going to the Eras tour or something, which is officially less than 1 month away. I'm going to, what is it, night 3 of London, the Eras tour. This is gonna be my 4th time going, and I'm so incredibly excited. As crazy as it is, it's already been an entire year since I went to the Eras tour last. The last show that I went to was Los Angeles I went night 1 and night 3, I believe. Okay. I gotta hold my breath and do this. This is the Rare Beauty eyeliner. Ooh, is it about to drip? I think it is. Ooh, yikes. I am honestly not much of a perfectionist when it comes to my makeup. I'm kind of like, let's just get it done and move on with my life. I love doing it, but I also don't care that much, you know? I know some people are like really particular about their makeup and how it looks. Hope you guys enjoyed this little life update. I'm very, very open to what you guys want to see over here. Obviously, I'm a chatty Cathy and I can sit here and bibble babble all day long about all sorts of stuff. One of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, I go through phases with YouTube where I like will watch a lot of it and then I won't watch anything for months, but I really like Alexis Eldridge. Do you guys know her and her content? I really like, she does these sort of like monthly planning, like recap sort of videos where she shows like how much she made for the month, or at least she used to do them, and I really like those style videos. I just found someone the other day who made them. This is disgusting. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. This is my favorite lash primer. It's from Lancome, and it's the Cils Lash Boost, C-I-L-S. She does these sort of like monthly recaps. She'll talk about like how much money she made on YouTube and like sort of what she's got going on for the following month. And I could totally do that if that's something that's of interest. Kind of my thought for YouTube content at the moment, and you guys can let me know if you're aligned with this or into this, is I'm thinking I'll do 2 videos a week, and one of them can be sort of like this where we catch up, we chit chat, I expand upon like a topic that maybe I've talked about on like my Instagram stories or whatever. And then the second video can be something more, I don't know, involved, giving you guys a closet tour or packing for a trip or like an Eras tour vlog. My biggest thing with YouTube is carrying around my camera is like not that fun. It's kind of clunky in my opinion. I know I could film obviously horizontally on my phone, but then storage is an issue all the time. If you know, you know. My storage on my phone is literally out like every week. That's kind of what I'm thinking. 2 videos a week, 1 chitty chatty one. And I want to keep them short, like 10-15 minutes, because let's be real, like I have the attention span of a peanut. And when people do like hour-and-a-half long vlogs, I'm like, whoa, baby, I don't have that much time on my hands. So I think that's kind of the sweet spot that I feel comfortable starting in, and I'm hoping to make it more attainable for myself. What I can do is utilize my podcast editor, who's amazing, shout out Felicia, and see if she'd be interested in helping me edit these so that I can get them up faster for you. I don't really have like a fancy intro or anything for now, but I'm hoping that that can change. And if you're wondering how I have so many YouTube subscribers, I feel like it was a little bit of a hoax. When YouTube Shorts came out, I was like, oh, cool. And so I reposted literally every single video that I've ever posted onto Instagram and TikTok onto YouTube Shorts, or like a good amount of them. And I got 60,000 subscribers, but I feel like it was like a blessing and a curse, because yes, it's like great to have subscribers, but also I feel like I'm like, do these people actually even like care or know who I am? I couldn't tell ya, but I'm glad you're here. That's a cute way to end this. Here's the final look. I finally did my hair for once, which is great. I'm trying to grow it out, so that's why we have like 10 different shades of brown and blonde going on, but it's fine. Everything's fine. You're beautiful just the way you are, and I'm so glad that you're here. And as always, it's another great day to be alive at the same time as Taylor Swift. Okay, I love you guys. See you on the next one. Bye. How do I turn this off?